Welcome everyone to Saturday Night Main Event, and we are kicking things off with the leader of the Chain Gang. Yes, you can hear his music now. It is John Cena, and John Cena, if he looks a little bit spooked, a little bit creeped out, well, that's just the way he looks. But you can see that he's sporting a bulletproof vest, and that could be because tonight John Cena has come out here to call out Finn Balor. Yes, Finn Balor is the man that said vengeance is coming for John Cena. Well, will it happen tonight? Cena needs more than a bulletproof vest, that's for sure. Oh my God, what the hell's going on? What on earth is this? Oh my God! Finn Balor is here on Saturday Night Main Event, and John Cena, well, you wanted him, you've got him. The lights are out. What's going on now? This is crazy. Oh my God, he's in the ring. And Cena, well, Cena tried to hit him with a cheap shot, but he got caught. Balor cinching it in, drives him down into the mat. Oh my God, he nearly took his head off with that move. And now Finn Balor scaling the ropes. Are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see the double foot stomp, the coup de grace? He nails it into the chest. And vengeance has come, and it's come for John Cena. Unbelievable, what a start here at Main Event. And Finn Balor has arrived in the SNME Arena. Wow. This is something. And ladies and gentlemen, that something means that it will be John Cena versus Finn Balor at Vengeance on the 23rd of May, 2015. It's gonna be an absolutely epic match when these two collide. It's the old school versus the new school. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this one. Welcome back, and no time to stop and catch your breath, because we've got tag team action up for you next. And this is going to be very interesting going into Vengeance, which is indeed 1 week away. As tonight, we're going to see 4 participants that all will feature at Vengeance. And one of them is making the way to the ring right now. The Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. Yes, Dean Ambrose is going to be tagging up tonight with Daniel Bryan. And they will be facing the heelish duo. Yes, the heelish duo of Y2J, Chris Jericho, who will face Dean Ambrose for his IC title at Vengeance. And the man that Daniel Bryan despises, yes, Kevin Owens, the Destroyer himself. And speaking of the yes man, here he is, Daniel Bryan, making his way to the ring here in the SNME Arena. And wow, you can just listen to this unbelievable reception. The crowd absolutely love Daniel Bryan. Wow, really, really exciting night here with 1 week to go for Vengeance. And you can see that live on Delzinski.com. Yep, don't forget that's your main source to find all information related to Saturday Night Main Event Universe Mode. But it's so exciting tonight because with 1 week to go, everybody wants to impress. Nobody wants to be going into that pay-per-view without momentum on their side. So this is a big deal, this tag team match, and it's coming up right now. And speaking of momentum and a man that's got it right now, well, that's the man of 1,004 holds, the Ayatollah of rock and roller. We're talking about Y2J Chris Jericho, because Jericho has taken out Shawn Michaels. He's injured Dolph Ziggler as well. Then he seemingly bribed one of our SNME officials. Yep, he did that as well. And then to top things off last week, he was out here parading around with Sheamus. Yes, the bionic redhead that was trending worldwide last week after main event. Yes, he was parading himself around, celebrating Sheamus's victory. And then he gave Dean Ambrose the code breaker to add insult to injury for good measure. Because that's exactly what he does, because he's the best at whatever it is that Jericho does. Is that right? Either way, it doesn't really matter. He's the self-proclaimed best in the world, and he could prove it if he beats Dean Ambrose next Saturday for the Intercontinental Championship. So, yeah, Jericho's ego will no doubt get even bigger. So I, for one, certainly hope that does not happen. And speaking of egos, well, he's got one, but he also backs it up big time, because Kevin Owens' ego has been obsessed with Daniel Bryan. He has not been able to stay away. He's like the girlfriend you just can't shift, because Kevin Owens despises Daniel Bryan, and he'll do anything to take out the yes man. He cost Daniel Bryan his matchup for the #1 contendership for Dean Ambrose IC belt, and ever since, he's still continued that path of destruction, that rampage, and that makes him a very dangerous man in this match. So here we go, the referee signals for the bell, and, well, Dean Ambrose wanted to come and get himself some of Jericho, but got cut off at the pass by the wily veteran, the Ayatollah of a rock and roller. And Jericho looking for a suplex here. Takes him down. And oh, really? Come off it, Jericho. What do you take the Intercontinental Champion for? What a weak, nonchalant, arrogant pin from Jericho, but I wouldn't expect anything less from this man, to be honest with you. And a good reversal, though. I'll give him credit there. I thought for a second Dean Ambrose was going to get back in this match, but nope. Jericho puts a stop to that and now takes the Intercontinental Champion into the corner. A reversal. This is a preview of what we might get to see next week at Vengeance, as now Ambrose begin to drive the forearm into the face of Jericho. Nasty stuff from Ambrose as he backs off and says, "Come get some." Oh, and Jericho returns the favor with a flying forearm to the face and a boot to the back. And you'd have to say the Intercontinental Champ is not faring well against Jericho so far. Maybe a little bit too hyped is Ambrose. Maybe too much of that lunatic coming through, and he was over agitated, and Jericho just kept his cool, kept his calm, and cut him off and carried on the momentum. And now, well, the Destroyer's in, so it doesn't get much better for Dean Ambrose at the moment. Yes, I mean, what more can we say about Kevin Owens? He did lose, yes, he did lose at Extreme Rules to Daniel Bryan, but that hasn't seemed to stop this destruction. And speaking of destruction, pop up, power bomb from Kevin Owens, and he's not done yet, and you can just see the sheer dominance that this man possesses as a second power bomb drives down Ambrose, and he's looking for a third. He's looking for a third. third time the charm, but Dean Ambrose might not get back up from this. And it is all in favour of Owens and Jericho at the moment. But the champion fires back, the fighting champion that he is, and a massive clothesline. The first major offense from Dean Ambrose coming through. I thought he was going to make the tag, but he had to make sure that Kevin Owens stayed down. And this time, he makes the tag, and here comes Daniel Bryan. And we all know that he'll always want to get his hands on Kevin Owens. The amount of pain, the amount of suffering that Owens has put Daniel Bryan through with a huge German suplex. And don't forget, their matchup at Vengeance is a last man standing match. It doesn't get any more vicious than that. You have to basically incapacitate your opponent. You have to make sure your opponent is out cold and they cannot get up before the 10 count. And here comes those big kicks from Daniel Bryan. Oh, and then a boot to the face. And the momentum has certainly switched since Daniel Bryan got involved in this matchup. Oh, a spinning forearm. Wow, Bryan is on a roll. And if he manages to perform like this in the last man standing match, Kevin Owens may be then 2-0 against Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is undefeated against Kevin Owens so far, and he absolutely hates that. And this is it. Look at this. The big kicks to the gut. Oh! And the one to the face. And Bryan is beginning to signal to the crowd that this one is not far from over. Here we go. Flying knee. Oh, he moved out the way. Backstabber. Well, shades of his tag team partner, almost a code breaker. An inverted code breaker from Kevin Owens. And wow, talk about grab it back from the depths of hell, because I really thought for a moment it was all over for Kevin Owens. And here comes the lunatic fringe. Maybe he'll fare a bit better now that Kevin Owens has been weakened up. Oh, a massive punch to the face. That one knocked out Kevin Owens. And he goes to retaliate again, but this time Owens buying himself some time. He needs to. And I think, to be honest, Kevin Owens really needs to make that tag. He needs to get his tag team partner in sooner rather than later. He's been in there such a long time now. Fatigue's definitely got to be setting in to the Destroyer. But just like a Destroyer, just like a gladiator, just like a warrior, Kevin Owens fighting back. But oh, Dean Ambrose fighting fire with fire as they exchange in the middle of the ring. Look at the exhaustion. Oh, what an enziguri kick that was from Owens. And he's not tagging out yet. He's not done, Kevin Owens. But nor is Dean Ambrose. He's up. Reversal. Oh, hold on. Power bomb. And Kevin Owens nailing it. A trademark powerbomb. And now, perfect timing for Jericho to come in and pick up the pieces. And just like the arrogant sod that he is, he's posing and showing off. And he's scavenging like he always does. Oh, kick to the back. And this has become easy pickings for Y2J. He'll absolutely love this. Inflicting pain, inflicting damage when the damage has already been done. Oh, big chop. And another one. And again, trying to embarrass the Intercontinental Champ Dean Ambrose before next week's pay-per-view. Oh! And that's a real dangerous move to do. Driving the shoulder into the ring post. But Ambrose comes back. What a tag team match this has been. Oh, Jericho reverses it. Ambrose goes between the ropes. Oh, big clothesline. Ambrose is not done yet. And it looks like he's looking for the dirty deeds. Jericho is on Dream Street. And now, Dirty Deeds, he nails it. And that could be all over for Jericho. But wait a second. Kevin Owens has ducked in. Oh! By God, package pile driver, and then knocks Daniel Bryan off the apron. Jericho's made the pin, but the referee doesn't see it. Now he does. 1, 2, 3. This one is over. And you could give a major assist to Kevin Owens again. But it is Jericho who pins the Intercontinental Champion. That is the major talking point. And if that happens, next week at Vengeance, we will crown a brand new Intercontinental Champ, and his name will be Chris Jericho. Just watch here, here's the replay. Owens doing the damage, and then Jericho crawling and resting his arm across Dean Ambrose. The referee finally spots it and counts the 3. Wow. And there you have it. One of the most bizarre alliances I have seen. A shake of the hand. I don't think these two will be partnering up too much in the near future, but there you go. There you go. Kevin Owens saying, I did you a favour there. He certainly did. Wow. What a night it's been. We've seen Jericho and Owens be victorious. Major momentum for them. Finn Balor arriving in SNME. And then this was announced during the week. It's going to be Edge versus Cesaro versus Rollins for the SNME Championship at Vengeance. This will be our main event next week at the pay-per-view. But tonight, we're going to get to see 2 out of the 3 in action, as it's a handicap match, and it's Cesaro and Edge versus Mark Henry, the bodyguard of Seth Rollins, and that is coming up now. Well, you heard it right there. This is our main event of the evening. It is a handicap match, and it's going to be thoroughly entertaining to see if the Swiss Superman and the Rated R Superstar can put their differences aside and put away playing in the back of their mind that they will face each other and Seth Rollins for the championship at Vengeance. Put that all to the wayside and deal with the mammoth challenge they have tonight in Mark Henry. Because let's face facts, Mark Henry is no small competition. Mark Henry, the bodyguard of Seth Rollins, he may feel a little bit like he's been fed to the wolves here tonight, but with the fact that last week Seth Rollins curb stomped not only Cesaro but Edge, I think he kind of deserves it, and he's pretty much saved Seth Rollins being hunted down tonight by taking on this matchup. I mean, I haven't seen Seth Rollins all day here at the SNME Arena, so I don't even know if he's here tonight, but I'm sure wherever he is watching the outcome of this one. It's going to be very interesting, and Cesaro will remember that just a little while ago he was speared by that man Edge as well. So many factors in this matchup, so much to talk about, and it's just making Vengeance an absolutely awesome pay-per-view to look forward to. And here he comes, poor Mark Henry. Who am I kidding? Mark Henry aligned himself with Seth Rollins. He became the personal insurance policy, the bodyguard of Rollins, and he's done Seth Rollins' dirty work week in, week out. So yeah, it's a handicap match. But Mark Henry, maybe this is your just comeuppance. You deserve a bit of a reality check, and you might get that here in this handicap match. You know, sometimes you've just got to deal with it, as Batista would say, and Mark Henry has got to deal with it now. Here we go, this matchup is underway. As I said, it's a handicap match, so you can see Edge on the outside of the ring as Cesaro kicks things off with Mark Henry. And I did say that Mark Henry's a mammoth man, but, I mean, he's facing two of the very best, but that won't stop him as he scales the ropes, and oh my God, world's strongest splash, 1, 2, and he nearly got him. Well, that one really knocked the wind out of Cesaro, and now Mark Henry brings him to the middle of the ring, and he isn't stopping. Here we go. Oh, massive body slam from Henry. Cesaro trying to gain his balance, trying to get himself focused, but Henry keeping going. And you've got to think that Seth Rollins is just going to be watching this thinking, soften him up, Mark, soften him up. Do as much damage as you can to help me make sure that I get out of Vengeance with my championship. But he's also got to be thinking, I'm going to be taking this ass whooping next week as well. 1, oh, and Henry just gets the shoulder up. Yeah, I mean, this is almost, like I say, a preview of what's to come. This whole night here at Main Event has been a preview going into next week. And it's been a roller coaster ride. I mean, Finn Balor earlier, how about that? How about that? And Mark Henry says that's what he does. And he's most definitely holding his own at the moment against Cesaro and Edge. And if I was Cesaro, I'd make the tag, and, well, it's just like you listen to me. It's like, you know, from the commentary booth, I have an influence over the superstars. I clearly don't. Apart from the fact that maybe they have this sort of ongoing bond with me and my announce table. Because, you know, maybe, just maybe, this announce table might survive a week of Main Event. I really hope so, because I've come to like this announce table. So hopefully it lasts just one more week. Anyway, back to the action. Edge saying come on to Mark Henry, and then, oh, drives the shoulder into the gut of the world's strongest man and says, I'm the man. And he could very well be the man, because since Edge has arrived here in SNME, he's really looked awesome. He's looked in great shape. He's looked being ready to go. And he's really going to get to put those skills to the test against Seth Rollins and Cesaro at Vengeance. We saw him in action against Cesaro, but that match, which was proving to be a bit of a classic, was cut short thanks to our champion. Yes, thanks Seth Rollins for ruining an instant classic. But I'm over that now, and I'm focusing at the here and now. And the here and now is Mark Henry taking down Edge, and then, oh, a massive splash. And this is exactly what Seth Rollins will want. More and more damage being done to his opponents. And a third splash. 1, 2, and Edge just about kicking out. What a showing this has been from Mark Henry. But Edge managing to use his speed and his agility to catch Henry off guard, and that will be one thing that is in favour of this duo, this unlikely tag team of Cesaro and Edge. Whoa! Mark Henry just shoves him off. Get off me! And then takes down the Rated R superstar. Driving the fist as Cesaro watches on. And again, I mean, as a tag team, and these two, you know, going to be fighting it out for the championship, they're going to be watching and thinking, you know, possibly can Mark Henry help them by softening up each other? It's a real strange Cesario. It's a real strange scenario, folks. But it's happening. And it can only happen here on Main Event. Anything can happen in the Saturday Night Main Event universe. You should know that by now. So should I. Cesario. Bizarre. Oh! Did he just do what I thought he did? Was that a little bit low from Cesaro? It looks like it. Mark Henry trying to catch his breath. He's struggling. And oh, German suplex, trademark Cesaro. Are we going to get to see the 3 The classic. Here we go. Here comes another one. Yes, a second. And we've become accustomed to seeing this from Cesaro. And Edge knows all about this. He would have scouted this one out. And Mark Henry, he's put on a valiant effort, and he really has, I would say, taken one for the team for Seth Rollins tonight. But these two phenomenal superstars are now beginning to get the game, getting the advantage, and uh-oh, Impaler. And it is beginning to look like it's the beginning of the end for Mark Henry. Spear from Edge. That'll do it all right. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. This one's over. And the unlikely duo of Cesaro and Edge are victorious. You can see the replays of the match. Mark Henry with the world's strongest splash and nearly got the early victory. But then Cesaro with a beautiful suplex there. And we all know how good Cesaro is with those suplexes. But Mark Henry did not give up. He held his own. And you can see it right here. But he got caught. And it was the speed and the agility in the end of these two that came good. And just look at this for teamwork. Impressive, considering that these two don't like each other. And it was the spear that ended Mark Henry. Could it end Seth Rollins at Vengeance? What a dangerous move the spear is. Cesaro knows firsthand. And look at this. Are we going to get to see a bit of respect? Yes, we do. That's great to see. Fantastic stuff. The respect is there. That's good to know. And I'm really happy that we saw that respect. Edge celebrating. Cesaro. Wait a minute. Oh, spear! A huge spear from Cesaro. And it is Cesaro who's going to be standing tall here. Look at that spear. Devastating stuff from the Swiss Superman. And that is payback. I said respect. It just went out the window. Cesaro spearing Edge. And it is this man who has the momentum. It's been a momentous night here on Main Event. Could we see Cesaro become your new Saturday Night Main Event champion at Vengeance?